Hello YouTube, your host Nasty Nate 888 checking in with you. Today we've got another free-for-all game. Today's a bit of a long one and it's a fun one. We've got 4 English players and we've got 2 Rus. And we've got me playing John Dark, an Abbasid player. There'll be a lot of English in this game, a little bit of Rus. It'll be a fun one. Let's see what happens. Get on into this video. Now, see, we got a little bit of a pretty forested map here. There's a lot of nice little areas. You see the players on the right side here have kind of their own little nook and cranny, very well defended area. Same with the player green here on the left. He's got a pretty nice spot. And the player down south here has a pretty well secured little insulated area. As do we up here in the top. Maybe a little bit open on this side, unfortunately, but that. We're spawning right next to another player, so that we're gonna get right into this game. As you can see, our teal player is a one of the English players who's going straight into a farm economy. And I've right from the start of the game unfortunately lost my my John Dark, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that. I was just kind of a harassment tool. It was unfortunate, but see, we got some other tools, some other things planned here. Our opponent is for some reason going straight into Vanguard Men at Arms in age 1, and he will get 1 or 2 of my workers here. It looks like there's 2 dead bodies right there, so he did do pretty well with it. However, I don't know if that was worth it for him. Let's take a look. Got 19 bills. Deal has 21. So he is doing okay with that trade. He has lost some resources, invested some money into his men at arms, whereas we're gonna probably be aging up pretty quickly, and we already have, in fact. Whereas he is still in age 1. So now we are coming in, going for some villagers here, getting some of those Holy Wrath cleaves, picking off 1 vill, and we got a bunch of weak ones now, which is great to see. And he's loading up while we're backing out. Just exactly what we wanted to accomplish there. And things are looking pretty up for us. We're feeling good. Our opponent hasn't even started age 2 yet because of his opener. He still doesn't have enough food. We're coming back in, and he's got some weak bills here, which we're gonna try to exploit. We don't have any cleaves available just yet. But we do spot some weak bills out here. We're more than happy to sack our JD if necessary here, but we're gonna try to save it. Maybe we can waste some time here. I think we could have even sacrificed her for 1 more cleave there. Maybe got one or 2 more bills. And just fine with me. But, this works too. He's chasing with the bills even, unbelievably. So this player is struggling to fight us off. Meanwhile, down here in the right corner, we got purple harassing green. Or orange. He's made it to the opposite side of his wall. Come around. I guess there was 1 little tile that didn't get built there, unfortunately, for orange. Now he's going to pay the penalty and the price for that. Another English player going for the early barracks with the didn't pay off for him either. And now Teal's finally going into age 2. I think we just missed it here. I came in for another cleave attempt. Now I've got a knight with me. We maybe got a couple more bills potentially. Maybe not. But we're poking around. We're looking good here, we got fortunately we were able to secure this gold up here that our opponent wasn't aware of, and now we're getting a outpost in case he does find out about it. I was kind of surprised that I didn't realize he hadn't gotten into age 2 yet, but at this point he pulled all his vills to make it, so you see the king's going to be started now, but we've already got a couple knights out, getting even more vill kills, which is great. Our opponent is really struggling to us right now. He does have a lot of farms though, so we have to watch out for that. These can pay off pretty quickly, obviously. But it has set him back, just to even get this many farms, he's had to mine harvest a bunch of trees, and it's kind of set him back. What else is happening here? Okay, so we still have purple harassing orange's vills. It's like the council hall's up here on the hill, but orange is gonna lose a lot more vills. Fortunately, I don't think they can get through here, and they're gonna be stuck. Yep. So things are not looking great for the orange player. Even worse than the teal, I would say. He is quite good and out of this game, I dare say. Take a look at what he's got left. 12 economy and falling. Soon he'll have less than that. Huh. Like he's gonna go down to 9 or an 8. Poor guy. Really, okay, so this player is pretty much just like out of this game, right? There's no way he's coming back. Purple's got him in the bag. Only thing he can do is donate his king, potentially. Meanwhile, teal has built some walls here. Keep my knights and my hero from coming in on his base. But we do see that this is purple, of course, wants to end this. No point in giving him more time to breathe. This game is over. Now orange is desperately trying to build farmers of all things. Like, that's gonna work. Great idea, buddy. All these English players, you just kind of know, you know what I mean. You ever play against those English players that just kind of don't know what they're doing? Pretty obvious sign that they're not too experienced with the game. And playing English is just another part of that. A lot of it. But we see here, he does get his king out to harass my archers, which is fine. But because I have these ranged archers, I can kind of leave him here. And if he tries to repair the wall, we can focus that down. Meanwhile, let's be up here. This is just, just over, right? See if he gets the kill, though. Oh, we don't. We'll keep an eye on that on the pop counter. But, meanwhile, as you see, we teal tried to come in here and stop my gold mining, but we have knights. He has men at arms, so really men at arms at that. So they're not doing too great. See, teal is kind of just starting to get overrun a little bit here. Broke it through a little bit. Looks like purple finally could pick off this king. Blue wants it too, but he a little bit late to the party maybe. So purple picks up the first kill of the game. And meanwhile, I'm still struggling here to deal with teal. Unfortunately, this has gone on a little bit longer than I'd hoped. Figured he would just give up eventually, but he's not. And let's take a look at our perspective. We're a little bit behind it, a lot behind in this game now because of having to deal with teal. As you can see, the pink player is doing real well down here in the bottom corner. He's already up to 3,200 points in age 3 in castle, the first one to castle. Blue's also in castle, behind him. And we are eventually, it looks like, going to deal with teal, but it's just one of these things where it just takes a little bit too long sometimes. It doesn't feel good, even though it's like a win for us, right? It's still we just had to invest so much in our army to take him out, and don't want to give up. So you can't always predict that. Sometimes it just happens that way. So here we go. We're finally. I think we should just kind of push him now. Maybe. Probably have enough here. We're getting the Rams. And meanwhile, the other players, are getting a lot bigger on the map. But now we've got our John Dark to level 3 here. And he finally, as we push in with the Rams, he gives up. So we pick off the second kill. So me and purple both have a kill. Rest of the players do not. Let's see what happens here as we speed through this game. Right now, since I've got my kill, I know I'm behind. I want to kind of catch up, obviously. I want to keep a low profile. I don't really want to attack anyone. Getting some extra town centers here to kind of get myself back in this game, get my eco boom going. 4 town centers even, just to really make sure that we get it going here. See, unfortunately for us, there's no one's snowballing over this lobby, and looking like a slower paced one. But now we see purple attacking into blue as yellow attacks into green. So some action here. See how it goes. Looks like, you know, yellow has some more advanced units. However, green has just a bigger mass. How that goes. Looks like they're attacking each other, actually. They both have rams, funnily enough. These players, looks like blue's retreated. But he's also in fringe. Pink's coming in from the other side, and purple's hitting blue on both sides. So blue's going to probably get run over this game because he's just getting hit on both sides, fortunately. Now, looks like green has decided to hold back on his attack for now. This is yellow. They're just going to sit back and regroup. Meanwhile, I'm taking over my top corner of the map, which I now have all to myself, which is great. Like it looks like you do get EXP for taking out these buildings. Didn't know that. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry for the breaks in the commentary. I'm having some trouble with my my sinuses. I got still getting over a bit of a cold here, so bear with me, please. Sorry about that. Let's see. So, pink, is attacking the purple again, and they're trying to fighting over blue. It looks like you know, they both want his king, so they're gonna try to eliminate each other's armies here. It's like pink is successful in doing that, and I mean, he still has to break up Berkshire, which is not an easy order, but he does have a couple cannons, so that shouldn't be too bad actually. And it looks like he is going to pick up the kill on blue, so pink will also be joining the party. A king kill here very shortly. And there we go. So now we got purple, pink, and myself as the 3 players with the kill. Yellow does not have a kill. 1 player who is suffering at this moment. But I've been able to claim, you know, a lot of territory here, and I've got access to a lot of resources. I just need to establish my defenses and look to what's next. But as one of the problems with this map, as you can see here, is that you know, there's really not a lot of attack angles for me, right? I guess, you know, could hit purple here. That's kind of open. Yeah, we could come down higher into yellow or pink space. Pink is fully stonewalled already, though. It looks like there's some like market over here. We could people. Yellow's probably gonna be trading there. While yellow and pink fighting over some resources in the middle of the map. I'm still, you know, building up my my army. I guess I've finished with my economy. And you can see I'm kind of posturing for my next move, but you know, I don't want to, like, if people are fighting already, kind of want to let them and just look towards the kings and try to do what we can make happen there. You know, there's 3 other players, so realistically, 2 are fighting each other. The other one will be looking towards me, unless he decides to attack one of the people, you know, players already engaged. And I kind of feel like probably gonna be pink that gets double teamed, if anyone. I know that you know, no one's attacking me, obviously, so I know they're probably fighting each other, and you can see yellow and pink are indeed going at it right here. A lot of resources traded out here, which is great for me and purple. But we haven't found an opportunity to really do anything yet. There's stone walls here. We are going to just gather all the resources up in the middle of the map, which is kind of what you want to do. Kind of situation where you have an opportunity to. Getting our stone walls as well. Fortunately, this wooden fortress being a bit annoying here. My villagers. Not yet. Now pink, looks like pink is kind of regrouping. There's kind of a no man's land here in the middle between those walls with all these fortresses, but purple is finally posturing, gearing up, and he is looking towards pink, it looks like. Maybe he will receive the double teaming that I anticipated. However, I'm deciding now is the time. I'm going to poke in through here and see what's going on. I know yellow's a big threat in this game, and just now as I come through here, I'm going to see there are traders, and I'm aware now that yellow is the biggest threat in this game because of the trade. These trades aren't very promising, but he's getting a lot of them. But I do know that we need to take out this trade. Let's take a look at how many trade and yellow's resources here. He's got, you know, only 13 traders left. 12. He's losing a lot of them in this fight here. Looks like. So he hasn't really established too much yet, so that's great for us. We caught him pretty early on in the fact. We're able to break through here. But he's a pretty decent player, looks like. And we're gonna have a bit of trouble completely destroying him here. Getting some more keeps up. He already has quite a few of them here, as you can see. He does have a lot of stones, so I'm surprised he's not adding more emplacements here, but probably he does have a few cannon emplacements and burning oil, so a bit tough for us. Meanwhile, it looks like pink and purple have had a little bit of a skirmish, and pink has decided to attack purple. All this. Surprised we weren't able to actually break him here. There's just so many keeps, right? And this angle is just so hard to break through. That's the main trouble I was having here with this attack angle. Is there's just this damn wood line here. It's almost chopped out, but if this wasn't here, right here, I think I would have a much easier time attacking into this. But as it stands, it's really hard to get my siege around there and, you know, get my line of sight and make sure I've got everything. I need some scouts or something in the army to really get in there and figure out what's going on. Get a lot more keeps. He spent all his stone on even more keeps and getting emplacements, so it's gonna be a bit of a challenge here. Sure. As you can see, taking probably not the best trade here. You know, unfortunately, some spring elts in the back are making work of my siege. I wasn't paying enough attention there to what he had in his army, and we lost a few siege units. And now we're just getting, you know, destroyed. We lost pretty much all of our siege now with the placements here and line of sight issues, so we don't have a lot of siege yet to break his keep, so we're gonna have to kind of figure that out and wait until something else happens. Make something else happen. We do see yellow is kind of, I didn't realize this, but he's very resource starved now. At this point I figured he had trade for a while and he was going to be having a pretty big bank, but as you can see, I could have just rolled over him if I had known like the state of his situation right now. I just didn't want to fight into these keeps, and it was kind of tough. You know, he just has a few spring elds here, just enough to be annoying with. What's happening over here? So pink and purple are just, you know, gearing up for the next fight. It looks like it's about to happen. They max out. Go. Next big fight. You really don't want to, you know, I mean, if you're fighting, you know, if you think you can win, I guess you want to do it, but it's kind of like a waste of your resources to take these kind of fights later in the game. You see a huge army, unless you have a strategy behind attacking them, you probably want to avoid the fight or wait for a better position, so you don't just lose a bunch of your resources for nothing, or by trading them out with another player. Because you got to imagine that the other players in the game, when there are more than, you know, just two of you, they're not going to try to take those kinds of fights. They're going to be saving their armies and keeping them alive, even though in this case it looks like we are kind of fighting here. I'm trying to find a better angle, and I see once again, you know, there's just these darn tree lines that make it so hard in these choke points to fight into. And I can't find a really good angle to breach into yellow's base, and you see that reflected here. And the problem is I have all these mangoes, and he has spring elves, like, so his siege is countering my siege. So I just decided I'm going to take some good hits with the mangoes and trade them out so that I can break through here. which we kind of get, but it's like, is it really worth it trading all these mangoes? We have a couple cannons here working on his spring hulls, but they're just not really doing that much. We do take some pretty good hits here with the spring hulls, but you know, it's just too many spring hulls, and we actually didn't even break through. It looks like we're just kind of trading out. Like I was just complaining that you shouldn't do, I just did it. I mean, and the fact that yellow here is pretty starved for resources, I think would be worth it in most cases. But just because of the angle and because of how many static defenses he has, it's really hard for me. I really do need more production out here in the middle of the map too. I have some actually here. I could probably just use this and just take the other stuff off my hotkeys. You know, sometimes that's better just to have your production close so you can reinforce quickly. As you can see, I just have so many more resources too than yellow does. So we should be able to break him, but we're just not building the right kind of siege units. And we're just playing a civ that's kind of tough, right? Playing JD thing here. Our opponent is playing Rus, which is a much better civ, passive gold income. Yeah, which let's see, there you go, 800 passive gold income. As Rus is just nice, and his siege, of course, the Rus siege can be, if he got the right landmark, then I imagine that he did since he was taking such great trades. Oh, he didn't actually. Got the Spaska Tower. So he could have had better siege units than he did, so he could have done even better against us, actually. But right now we see, he's attacking me. Probably isn't the most well-advised thing for him to be doing right now. Probably should be re-establishing his trade if he can, which he's rebuilt the wall, but he hasn't started up. Take a look at his, got one trader only, so yeah. Not trading yet. Trying to stop my production here for some reason. That's gonna be very unsuccessful, I think, in it. And now we see that purple and pink are trading again, as they have been the whole game. So, not the best idea, but it's yeah. Once again, they're breaking kind of even and not really making any progress here. As are we, having the same problem, not because of the army size being very equivalent like they are having, but rather because of this choke point and his static defense that cannot break. I think what I should have done maybe is, oh man, this is tough. I wonder, I wonder if I could have even sent Bills here to chop through these trees. You know, he's obviously aware that that this is very advantageous, and well, now he's starting to chop through it. So I say that, but then he starts chopping through. So maybe that'll come into play later. We'll see. But got a pretty decent army now. You can see 108 military supply. He's coming around with the cavalry to flank my siege, working out perfectly. I didn't pull my spears back. I wasn't paying attention there, and we lost a lot. So, you know, it's fine because this is also happening. So, but you know, normally I wouldn't recommend this play on both fronts here. But you know, I'm sure something will happen eventually, right? That's why this is one of those longer games, right? Kind of these back and forth battles. Now yellow is breaking through, destroying my reinforcements in the middle here. I'm backing up and reestablishing myself because I am pretty much out of gold. I've been having this trouble this game. I haven't found any relics. They were all taken earlier on in the game. Not sure who got all the relics this game, but imagine. Take a look. So starting to reestablish his trader. Still not trading that efficiently, but I don't know why he's building all these markets right here either. That's kind of strange. Maybe he found another market. But no, pink's still here, so that can't be. I don't actually see any relics for the yellow player. He does have 1,000. I mean, with the trade, I guess it's being added on to the 800 he had before, which is probably just from the hunting cabins and the landmarks. The high trade house. 21, 306 a minute. Wow. Good, right? Yeah, that's a nice spot for a high trade house. Wow, look at that. Surrounded like three um different tree sections right there. That's perfect. About as good as you get, right? Almost, at least. And we see, let's see, take a look at pink space. We see don't see any relics here either. Look at his eco. He does have 1,000 per minute as a he's also roost though, so he's gonna have the hunting cabins and the high trade house at 200 gold per minute. Pretty good. And I wonder where all the relics are. So bizarre. I wonder. Purple had them all. Okay, looks like purple's been destroyed by pink finally, or given up rather. Now pink is going to be looking for his king, no doubt. I don't know where it is actually. Definitely looking for it though. See, maybe he's already claimed it. I'm not sure. Pink supplies? No, it's still 250. I think he's found it yet. Huh? Very bizarre. Well, I'm sure we'll notice when that gets popped, but if it does. We also don't see any relics. Um, I'm sure we're just missing them somewhere. I'm sure there were some relics on this map. Game spawned. I'll have to go back and check maybe. Um, I just don't see any. Maybe Pink's already claimed them. Okay, he's found the king wherever it was. Not even sure where it was, but it was found. It was in one of these towers or wherever, but got it. So now Pink has 2 kills. Yellow has none. I have 1. But I am not. I think I maybe wasn't aware of that Pink had 2 in this game, and I was also thinking that Yellow had 1 as well because he killed. Yellow does have 1, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Yellow did kill the player here, so I knew that Yellow had 1. I thought Pink only had 1 as well. I was gonna, now that I know this is, a thing, I feel like we can still pop Yellow because Yellow is kind of the player who's kind of in between. Me and Pink probably aren't going to fight each other just because of the way it's laid out here. We can kind of squash Yellow together, and I know that he has the trade, so that's why I wanted to make sure that we we go ahead and shut him down because I don't want someone getting a bunch of free gold. So I'm already in a very tight spot this game, not only because of the populations, I'm just the inferior civ, right? These are 2 Roost players left, and they both are going to have a lot more gold than me. So Yellow gets into our base somehow. I think our wall may have not been completed, and now it is. Fix the problem. Now we're going to work on Yellow here. Speed things up. See Pink with the 300 supply now, correct. And yeah, there's just a lot of trade going on. So let's take a look at Yellow's. He's got 1,300 per minute now, and climbing to 1,400. And he has 38 traders. So that's great for him. He's got a lot of gold coming through now. Pink's gold is also, it's not great, but it's, better than ours is going to be at this point with no gold income. We just have the only thing that we have, funny enough, this game is I've been saving it, guys. I've been saving it up whole game. 18,000 in the bank right now. We'll see when I pop that. Probably be pretty soon, but that's the one nice thing about French is you do get that bank, and the longer you hold it, the better it gets. And we'll talk about that more at the end of the game here. Things, we figure out how things go, and I wonder if things could have even been done better than they were. I have 100 gold per minute somehow. I guess maybe there's some little bit of gold somewhere, but JD. Maybe I have 1 relic or something. Is that what it is? Maybe there was a relic in my base somewhere. Anyways, we're going for the fight here. And I decided to kill this market because I realized I was hoping I could use it eventually, but you know, I guess with this hole I could have realistically. But yellow is still established here. Kind of a I don't know, this might have been a mistake killing this market, but I just did decide to kill it. And but you know, there are now yellows marked. So if we do kill yellow, then we'll have access to these markets as well. That'll be kind of nice. We're going for the we decided to go for the snipe here because we know there's no wall. And we'll see how this goes for us. You know, because we know pink's gonna be attacking him too, so I kind of want to just get in here and snipe his king. And it looks like it's gonna be a close one. Pink's coming too. Don't quite have enough, unfortunately. We just miss it. King gets out and gets put here. Now pink, king is running, so the king has escaped. Yeah, we just missed it, and I was like, at this point, I was like, okay, pink's got the kill. I'm kind of screwed. I'm gonna be down supplied going into this next fight. But we do have that one hope in the bank still. Where I think we're probably about to collect because we really want to. We noticed that yellow's not going down just yet. We want another shot in this game, so we popped the bank, our about 20k gold straight into the pot, which is great. And we're going to be able to reestablish some siege, you know, with that army. And we'll see what happens now. So it's kind of just going back and forth here with yellow and pink. We give props to yellow for holding on this long against two players. He does have a good location here, but you know, this really nice defensive setup he's got. All these keeps. Well played. Oh, there's a relic. Okay, so there's one relic. Found one. Take a look at the other players. We still see some gold income, of course, as Roos. Pink, also just, but he's spending most of his, so. What happens here is, unfortunately, I was trying to, you know, have the live version of this game. Unfortunately, we didn't, so we're not going to be able to see all the baby rage that happened, but yellow got really salty at me for whatever reason. I think maybe because I killed his market, because I kept attacking him, I'm not sure. But he got real mad about it, and he fed his, he realized he wasn't going to last much longer, and he fed his king to pink. So now pink is up to 350, we're at 250, so we're, you know, we got an uphill battle here, that's for sure. Let's get into this here. So we're wiping out his army here, which is nice. This player also very good. Like yellow and pink, I think we're two very high rated players. In free for all, much higher than I am. So definitely going to be a challenge, especially now that we're down 150 supply. Pink. For now, we see you know, pink, his gold bank is pretty limited, so that's kind of nice for us, right? We do have our own gold bank, which we've, you know, just started tapping into, but we still have a lot more to go in that regard, so we can go pretty siege heavy here. A bit of a miss micro, but I think we're going to be able to clean all this up. We see pink is starting to come at us from all sides. He knows he has the bigger supply. He's gonna, and he does see that I'm going into mass siege, so he knows how to play against that. He's a good enough player like that. He is going to be aware of my strategy here to just have a, you know, a big, you know, fist punching through his base with mass siege. Even though I'm down supply, he can't really afford a mass siege army himself. So he's going to do the multi-pronged harass here, it looks like. I think it's probably the best strategy he could have done here in this situation. And you can see now my own bank is down to 5,000. While he is still getting an income as well. And he's completely maxed out. We do see quite a few siege here. I was able to wipe out most of his siege and take a great trade against his siege here. But now I'm down to only siege. So I do need some reinforcements here. pretty badly. Even though I can almost like fight his army, right? With this much siege, I can actually just kind of protect it. The siege can protect itself at this point almost. It's like so powerful. And you can just see the trades are going really in my favor here. He is breaking through with some cavalry now, and he's making more cavalry. I should really be getting some spears out here on the field. I do have some men-at-arms coming into tank, but you can just see the power of cavalry and siege there, and breaking about half my siege, or maybe a little bit less. It's all pretty, softened up now. We're just taking a huge epic battle in the middle, but we're also fighting some skirmishes off to the side as well through all this, so I can't really follow everything. I just want to get through this at this point. It's a long game, right? So we're just going to watch the rest of this, unfold pretty quickly. But this was kind of the reason we wanted to cast this game. Was it's just an epic battle here at the end. Me and Pink, his superior army supply, my superior gold bank coming into play, the giant siege army. We tried to, defend with some of our spearmen here. But you can see there's just so many units. It's so hard to hold the line here. And Pink is, even taking a poor trade, it doesn't really matter too much, right? He's fine with that. And now he's starting to overwhelm me just because of his fast, superior reinforcements. I could have had some closer, probably reinforcement siege coming through, but we didn't. Now you can see we're just going to be overrun. We're siege, and this guy, I think the point where the kind of game turns on its heels. I've already claimed my second resource bank too. I just missed it, but we spent what we could to survive here. We were trying to trade over here. We were both trading actually. He has a much looks like a slightly better trade than I did with 120 versus 90. He did have some units over here that were harassing my traders at some point. Made it difficult as well. But when you're down to the supply, it can just be so challenging, right, to come back. I hope, especially when you're getting hit on all sides. Now my siege isn't going to be nearly as powerful as it was. But we still have a decent amount. It's like we got a lot of spearmen now. Kind of protect the siege. But we do see now Pink he's aware of my trade. He set up some knights to kind of stop me from doing that. Fortunately, we get into like not a great choke point there. And we get some traders in, but it looks like he's going to win this fight and he's going to take out our trade. So fortunately for us, we don't have a lot of trade and we're losing it, while our opponent, he has 49 traders and he's not losing any of them. So you can kind of see where this game is going, guys. But funny enough, what happens here at the end is not what I... So what does he actually have here? Let's take a look at his vision. See what he's doing. So his army's here. Sending a few units around the side. Reinforce the trade here. Going for the sacred side, but he sneaks his army around. And at this point, I don't think I'm paying enough attention to my mini map or something. Or I'm busy fighting against trying to stop these traders over here with one army while moving forward with my other army. And I kind of don't notice that this is happening. I guess he didn't attack anything. That's kind of why I didn't notice it. I wasn't looking at my mini map. He didn't really attack anything. We didn't have the the stone wall that you kind of want to have around your keep over here. By the time he gets here, I mean, actually, what's crazy is I didn't even know I was under attack. I think I didn't even get... I was having so many attack alerts, on the map that I just didn't even notice this was happening, and we just lose our king without even realizing it's under attack. So fortunately, that's the way it ended. I mean, I think it was over either way at that point. See how well he secured the trade for himself and denied my own trade, and also his supply count was just way too high for us. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was kind of a crazy one. A lot of trade wars and stuff like that. So like we'll actually call this video like the trade wars or something. But it was a fun one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's take a look real quick at the... This is the game. Total resources we see. I had a lot. You're going to see these funny little spikes in my gold. Like here's my 20k gold deposit or withdrawal, I guess, from the guild hall. the whole game. I just saved it up, you know. And we, you know, I think we took another like 7 or 8K later on, but you know, it almost worked. It was pretty good. If we'd secured, I think that kill on yellow, that would have definitely, I think, tipped the tide there on our army. We might have been able to break through him, or if we'd been able to secure the trade a little better, maintain our siege count, might have worked. But anyways, GG guys. Sorry about my voice today, but so we'll catch you in the next one. Nasty Nate Triple A.